Excuse me, I'm just trying to pull something up. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Wrong thing. Where, oh, where are you? There we are. Okay. Alrighty, I'm assuming this is live. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's live stream, I'm going to be painting some 3D parts, just chatting while I do it. You know, something, it's simple. So I showed off in a recent video of mine. I recently, showed off my frightfully tall Frankie, and she's missing a hand, and she was missing her dress. I sewed her dress, completely made the pattern by, from scratch, all that good stuff, with my newest sewing machine, and it turned out pretty cute. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, there it is, right there. It's in a pink color, what have you. It's kind of all the fabric I had, this like berry color with the pink and the white. I'll probably be redoing this dress eventually if I can get some more accurate fabric colors with the print and whatnot, but she was missing a hand, and she's missing earrings, belt, shoes, so I have not printed the shoes, belt, or belt yet, those type of things. But I did print her a replacement hand. Right here. It fits. This is non-articulated at the moment, and it's just a wee bit too big. Just slightly, but until I can reprint it, I'm just gonna paint it and call it a day with the hand. Cause you know what? She's my doll. She doesn't have to be perfect. She's not perfect. She'll never be perfect, but yeah, that's the hand. As you can see, they are pretty darn close. I mean, they're the same sculpt as far as I think this is literally just like a, somebody took a scan of a hand, an actual hand. Mitra? Oh, hello. Hello. Welcome to my live stream. I'm just showing off a hand I 3D printed just a moment ago for a replacement for my frightfully tall Frankie doll. But yeah, this is the hand, and oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's cool 3D printing and whatnot. I'm glad that I can print so many different things now. But yeah, I'm probably gonna add articulation down the road. But for now, and you know, size it down a teeny bit. But for now, this will be her hand. It's gonna be painted to hopefully match this color decently. But yep, that's it. And then I also printed her off some earrings. Now I didn't really want to pay at the moment because I'm kind of like, I don't have like unlimited amount of funds, so I didn't really want to purchase the replacement earring sculpts from offline that they sell. And I could make my own, I just didn't feel like it, so I just printed off some free Dawn of the Dance Frankie earrings for my frightfully tall doll. For now, since this is kind of like a custom idea type situation. It's not like aiming to be a one-to-one recreation of her outfit or anything at the moment, since I don't have the correct materials and stuff for the outfit. But yeah, there's the earring. I need to actually widen the hole to put them in there to kind of show y'all. So I need to stick, hopefully this is wide enough. I'm just gonna stick that in there to kind of widen that hole a bit, because these are a little bit, the peg, it's a teeny bit too wide for my taste. Hello, unknown 1211. Hello, welcome to my live stream. But yeah, hopefully by stretching stretching the hole in her ear, I can get these in. It'll probably fit once I do that. Don't want to break the peg. Ooh, it's a bit scary. It's a really tight fit. Let me try and leave it for a bit. push it in there a little further, then leave it for a bit. Oh, and I printed a replacement bag for my custom, was it SDCC 2010 black and white Frankie I did a custom of. I showed her in another live stream, an earlier one, but yeah, that's her. I tweaked her dress and then painted that black, redid her face, rerouted, painted accessories, yada yada, to look like the original. So she now has a bag. I have a spare original one, an original like Mattel Wave 1 Frankie bag core. I can't for the life of me find it. I have my this Frankie's bag, but I couldn't find my spare, so I just printed one off. It was free. Why not just get it out the way, because I do intend on selling her for some pocket money. But yeah, let me try and put this earring in here now. If this isn't wide enough now, I'm kind of... Oh, okay, there we go. There's the earring, inner ear. I hope that that's the right side. I needed to widen the hole, but yeah, that's gonna be her replacement earrings. Those are gonna be a custom color. I'm not sure what color I'm gonna paint her accessories, because sorry, I'm just looking at something. I think I'm gonna paint these like pink and white, you know, to kind of give it that Sakura vibe that she has going on. Her eye makeup's super pink, so yeah. But anyways, let's get to painting some of these prints. I don't think I'm gonna paint this one. They were a pair of hands and they weren't separate, so I couldn't like delete, just print one, unless I took it into my program and like separated it. It's a whole thing, so I just printed two off, so there's a extra one. I was considering painting them like gloves for my doll, like doing a little like, especially since this one's smaller. I mean, you know, I might do that down the road, but for right now, I'm just gonna paint it to look like this one. So I'll just set that aside, and we're gonna paint these little accessories. Let me try and take this earring out without breaking it. Oh, that is stuck in her ear. Let me try and pop that out gently. I do not want to break this. Printed quite nicely too, so I would prefer not to break it if I can help it. So that's stuck in her ear. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna paint it while it's on her. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. She's got a lot of damage anyway, so if I get a little paint on her face, it's whatever. But yeah, hand. So we are going to paint the hand first, because that's the simplest. Just like a light minty type green situation. So I need, I'll set that aside. I need my green. I've been meaning to get some new green paint, but I have not gotten it yet. I'll move my brush before it gets damaged. And then I need, I think, a little bit of yellow and then white. Is my other white not in here? I don't see it. I'm gonna use my older white. It's still a pretty good white, but I was kind of running out, so I got a new one. But yeah, anyways, these are the colors I'm gonna be using. Mountain Forest, golden yellow, and then some titanium white by Folk Art. And it's satin, so there's that. So we're gonna be needing some white. I also finally found my, I had mentioned in another live stream, I think was my last, well, not the one before last. My last one I had to, I didn't upload it to my channel because it was rather short, and I ended up having to leave for some different reasons, so I just didn't upload it. When I ended it, I just didn't unprivate it. It's rather short anyways. Okay, why is this not coming? I'm just gonna grab some from inside the tube to make it easier for myself. Okay, just gonna grab some from the edge. Gonna be neat. Selena, hi, what are you doing? Oh, so I recently, well, by recently, just a few minutes ago, I had printed some replacement parts for a doll of mine, like 3D printed them. So this is the doll, and she was missing a hand and earrings. So I 3D printed some earrings, and then I 3D printed a replacement hand, and then for another doll, I printed a replacement bag for her. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, these are resin that I did on my 3D printer. Oh, hello, Thomas. Nice to meet you. I'm assuming I'm just meeting you. Hopefully I'm not too boring. Okay, there we go. A little bit of green and then some yellow. I don't know if I'm gonna be needing too much of the yellow, but I do have a paper towel on standby. And I have a bigger cup of water, so my paint shouldn't get as like mixed together here. So let me just try mixing some of this together first. Try not to shake the camera too much. Just a dot of this yellow. Just a dot. And then the base coat doesn't have to be perfect, since I'll have to do coats of paint anyway, so if the base coat isn't perfect, it's fine. So I'll just do this. And I haven't even sanded these, and they're so smooth. Like, that's why I love the resin, because like, especially if you set the printing height down low enough, you can get away with just like doing like barely any sanding. I probably should have sanded some of the support marks on the back of the hand, but I kind of just forgot to do that before I came live. So now we're gonna have to deal with that. I mean, I'm gonna be reprinting the hand and adding a little bit of articulation to the wrist anyways, so it shouldn't be that important. I was thinking of painting her nails. I don't know if I want to paint her nails though. It'd probably be like a pink color to go with the whole pink color scheme that's going on with her. That is gonna need to dry, so I'm just gonna lay that down and then move on to the earring. I think I'll do the earring. So this I'm gonna do in I think I'm gonna do a, I don't know if I want to do white on the inside and then pink on the outer portion, or pink on the inside and white on the outer portion. I think white on the inside would look best, so I think I'm gonna do this white and then paint the outside pink. Like a light-ish pink. So I'm just gonna do a white base coat. So I already have a little bit of white on here. I'm just gonna grab some of the paint that I didn't mix with the green. I'm just gonna paint that. It does have some layer marks on the back of the earring as well, but not layer, support marks. The layer marks are on the whole object and not just there, so Yep, there's that. Probably made that paint a little too watery, just a bit too watery. Especially like right in here. Yeah. Probably doesn't need but like 1 or 2 coats. Well, it needs definitely 2 coats, but I don't think I need 2. Ooh. Do not think I need too awful much in terms of the coats. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Here we are. Clean my brush a little bit. How is this looking? That looks... It's nearly dry. It's already starting to look kind of like the color of her skin, so that's good. Probably won't need too many layers of the paint on the hand. The one good thing about this not being articulated is that you don't have to worry about the joint rubbing away the paint, which is like a common thing with, you know, painting a jointed doll. So, yeah, that's good in our situation. But I would like to add some articulation to that down the line, because I just prefer... I would prefer for her to have the articulation. The bag now. I can probably move to the bag. Now for the bag, I need to look up and see what the colors of this are. This is a black and white version of the original bag, so it's going to be like in grayscale, but I need to see the values to make sure I'm getting that right. Let's see. SDCC black white Frankie. Okay, so her bag, I need the actual doll, not the prototype, because they could have changed the values. There we are. So the straps on this are the lighter part. This is the dark black color, and then the little skelet and the little, I guess you could say like the metal detailing is silver. So I do have silver, or metallic type silver. And then the skelet's bow is painted the same color as the strap, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and paint the whole thing, so I will just have that over to the side. I'll lay that right in the floor so I can just look down and see that. So I need black, and then I have my white, and then I can just make the varying values. So that's good. So I'll just lay that right there so I don't get paint all over it. So I think I'm going to start by painting these areas first, and then I'll move on to the black, and then I'll move on to the silver metallic kind of detailing. So for this, I need some of the white. I'm just gonna barely dip my brush in a little bit of water. Do that, and then I'm gonna slowly add a little bit of black to my paint mixture. That might have been a bit too much. I have a bit of a shine on my plate here, which is making it a bit hard to see. So I think this is about the same value. I hope it is. Once again, this is going to need to be layered a bit, so it doesn't matter if it's super accurate at this stage. There we are. Then we want to get the inside. The bag turned out super good, super duper good. I forget the maker of this bag. If you type in just like Frankie bag or Monster High bag, filter by free, they should pop up if anybody was looking to maybe get a replacement bag for their Frankie doll. if anybody here collects Monster High or has some. And then this part right in here. This is why I wanted to paint this first, so I didn't have to worry about messing any of the other details up. There we go. Then I've noticed on this resin, the acrylic paint dries really super duper fast. I think the resin almost like absorbs the moisture or something. It's very interesting to paint. It's very satisfying. Yeah, the hand can have another coat now. See, that absorbed it really well. That's almost blending into the resin color. Oh. She'll need a bit more, a few more coats on that part. Mix some more. Try not to get any of that I recently, when I went to a thrift store, I ran across a Teddy Ruxpin, and I did want him, but it said that he didn't work, and I don't know. It kind of scared me a little bit. Why is my thing saying? Let me refresh that. There we go. Okay. Like I was saying, you know, he was there, he had a tag that said he didn't work, and it kind of turned me away a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know much about the world. What is it? World of Wonder? Like animatronic toys? I think he's a World of Wonder toy. I just don't know a whole bunch about them, and I have had them in the past. I had the Mother Goose, and we still have the what's her name? I forget her name. She's like a kind of in the same vein of like the 1980s Patty Play Pal and Jill doll. Julie, that's her name, Julie. But besides that, I don't have like too much experience, and I don't have experience in like making them work, so I don't know. And I feel like just like buying him and just like him not being able to do what he's meant to do just feels a little sad, so I don't know. I do want to go back and get him though, just because I have never seen one. I've never seen a original Teddy Ruxpin in the wild before, and seeing him just like made me kind of happy. I don't know. First time for everything, I suppose. And it just made me excited because I don't see a whole lot of like interesting things in that flea market that I went to. So seeing that was very interesting. I was very thrilled to see that. I also ran across in that flea market, I found a original Allen doll box for $5, and I didn't get it because why am I just gonna get the box without the Allen doll? I don't know, it didn't seem like the right thing to do for me personally. I don't know. I would feel a little bit like I do actually have an Allen doll. This is not light enough. This needs to be lighter or something. I don't know. I think it needs to be lighter because I think it's oxidizing the value or whatever, the color. This needs like a lot more white to make it lighter. light enough to warrant painting it. Yeah, I think about like right there should be good, and then when it like dries, it'll darken a bit. So I'm just gonna lay this down. That's like almost straight up white though. Add a bit more black in there. Let's see if that does anything. Get the back straps. Get on the inside. The one good thing about filament though, I do always like I do praise resin because it gives such good detail with like minimal post-processing, but filament I believe you can print in multiple colors. So I could maybe like print this in one color, have it print in one color, and then I could have this print in black, and then this print in like another color, this print in the, you know, color I need. But with resin, I don't think that that's really possible, that I know of. I don't know. I would love for them to make a 3D printer, that resin 3D printer that could like print in multiple different colors one object. Yeah, I don't know. Using the same 3D printer, that is. Yeah, I think this is a good color. Good lightness to have, because it's kind of oxidizing slightly, so it's working out. I think I just need to get a little bit more. I do want this to look nice, since I do intend on selling it. But I guess nothing can be perfect, so I shouldn't beat myself up on it too much if it's not painted in every single nook and cranny. But I really want to get in here and paint as much as I can. I'll probably seal this with a matte varnish by Waverly Inspirations, Indoor Outdoor, to help protect the paintwork. Instead of, I want to get a like hobby sealant. I think you can use like the Krylon spray varnishes that they sell in like your local stores like Walmart, etc. I hear that you can use it on resin. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test it. I like testing stuff before I just like taking people, like, you know, taking the internet's word for it. Cause like, you know, differences in like environment and like maybe brands and stuff, so you gotta be careful and test your stuff out. I like testing stuff out to see if it works, so. This needs to dry, and I don't know where to set it. So I'm just gonna blow on it a bit. Well, this I think is pretty much dry. I don't care if that gets really messed up there. Mostly the straps. I think that'll be fine. Okay, for the... where do I want to move on to next? I think I want to add... oh, this is still a bit wet in there. I think I'm gonna add another coat of the white since I still have some white mixed up. Well, out right here. I think I'm just gonna go on the edges and just kind of like tidy that up. I don't know if I'll paint the other earring on camera since that one is kind of like stuck in her ear and I'm scared to pull it out because I do not want that to break off. Resin is money and I do not have a lot of money. Well, I have some money, but I don't want to like just waste my prints like that, you know? I think that just fell over. Yes, it did. Okay. But it still looks pretty good. So I'll tidy that up with a finer brush. Let me readjust how I'm setting. Okay. I guess I'll move on to doing another coat on Frankie's hand. I think I'll do the back this time. Clean my brush a bit. I can just go ahead and get a little bit of water, and then I need more green. A bit of green. There we go. I need more green than that. I'm just gonna square it up like that. That should be enough green. Here we go. And add a just like a teensy dot of yellow in there. Now we paint the back. Oh, that is way lighter. I think that'll probably darken up once it dries a little, but I think that was not the best shade match I could have done. Well, it's fine. This is just the base coat, so I'll just put that on. So there we go. Paint that a little bit, and then let that dry. There we go. Okay. Now we look at the bag. How is that looking? That is looking okay so far. It's looking all right, I think. Hopefully the lighting isn't playing tricks on me. I think it could use one more coat though, on the straps. So I'll do one more coat, and then call that it on the strap portion. So I'm gonna grab some white. I'm gonna grab some black. Like that. Okay. Probably just a bit more black, just a teensy bit. Ready. Now we'll do one more coat. I think this one is less watery, this coat, so it should cover okay. That looks almost just straight up white though. Let me make it a teensy bit darker. This is why probably adding a primer of some sort or like a white general base coat is probably preferred, because the resin tends to peek through a lot with your acrylics. But I did not do that, so I guess it doesn't need to be like exactly 1-to-1, but I want to try and get it as close as I can. That is looking quite light comparatively. I'm just gonna darken that a little bit more, and then is that literally the same color? Whatever. We'll go with it. We shall go with it. It's kind of a shame that the the Real Drama Monster High dolls, they didn't come with purses. They just came with their pets. Which I don't know. Would I have preferred them come with the pets or the I wish that they would have just came with both, not gonna lie. If they, you know, for the second release, if they just had maybe included the like purses, like umbrella, Dracula's umbrella, Frankie's purse, Claudine's purse, yada yada, I think I would have liked that more than the animals. I don't know. I don't really well, I can't say that. I do display my dolls with their animals. It's just, if I don't have a doll's animal, then I'm not going to be absolutely heartbroken, since it is just kind of like an accessory to me. But like the umbrellas, I don't know. I like having like those types of accessories with my dolls. But the animals, it's like, they're cute, you know? But it's not a make or break for me if a doll has an animal. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. So I think that's about all the all the coating I'm gonna do on the straps. So after this dries, then I'll move on to the black part of the bag, which is just like this black like leather type thing there. Where am I gonna set this? Yeah, that's dry already. Look at that. I'm just gonna set to that right there on the paper towel. For the earring, that still needs some coats of white. Okay. Frankie's hand. Don't know. It's gonna need a lot more coats, a lot more coats. Really wish I had sanded the palm of her hand before I came on here. Yeah, whatever. Okay, the bag. I'm kind of really like starting to fixate on the bag now, instead of jumping from one thing to the other. So I'm just gonna focus on the bag for right now, since it seems it's kind of like the most intricate of the prints that I have. So I just would like to get it out the way. The black. I obviously need the black. My black paint. I have some black there, but I'll just put a little bit more there. I'll get my bigger brush, and then I'll have to use my tiny brush for the closer to the edges of the straps areas. Hopefully the black covers it without having to, oop, this is kind of watery. I don't want it that watery. Just gonna kind of mix that together. Oh, this is gonna need a few coats. Let me pour some more black out. I feel like it just got mixed with too much water. So let me dab some of that water off. It's really hard to mess up black when you're painting black, in my experience. I don't know. It doesn't really tend to get too gloopy or anything, so I'm gonna try and get as close to the edge as I can using this brush. Here we are. Just checking my reference. yeah, the resin really just sucks the paint up. It's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Because on a vinyl or plastic, like a traditional plastic object, that paint would have taken me a long way. I'm just gonna get as close to there as I can. I'm glad that it's not super intricate, this bag. I would be very, very impatient on a bag with super, super fine details, little intricate details to paint. Oof. I could do it, definitely, but it just, that takes patience, which I do not have at the moment. And then I will take some of this paint and put it over here. Okay. There we go. Alright, it's starting to look cute. It's starting to look more like the actual bag, so that's good. This could still be darker, but I think I'm just gonna leave it lighter. Because, I don't know. I don't want to have to keep going over it over and over again. My brush is really messed up. It got really, I think I need to just not keep my brushes in this bin. I think I need to keep them in a more dedicated area because that is not good for my brushes. You can actually boil wash. I figured this out from somebody. They stick their brushes in boiling water and it like resets the bristles like you would doll hair. I don't know why I never thought of that, but I am gonna try that for some of my brushes to get their shape back, to get some more life out of them. But I think I'm going to switch. Ooh, this one's looking kind of funky as well. What happened to my brushes? Okay, so I'm just gonna take some of this black paint on my brush. Start trying to get into some of these harder to reach places. So I recently uploaded, a little while ago, uploaded a video of my Kiyomi doll unboxing, and I have not washed her yet. I need to. She smells very bad, to say the least, but I'm still happy that I was able to acquire her. I need to be setting up a little bit more straight when doing these close to the edges, but I'm very happy that I ended up getting her. She's such a pretty doll in person, such a pretty doll, and I would love to own some other, I do actually own one other haunted doll. It's Haunted Claudine. She actually has her dress, thankfully, so I just need to, I don't know if they sell any replacement accessories for her online, so I might end up having to make her some. That's currently what I'm doing for Kiyomi's belt, because I just do not want to pay the price that they are wanting for the belt for the replacement model. So I just thought I would try and make one myself. And so far it's going good. I do have the base part that wraps around the waist. I just need to add the chains. The chains, the stars, I think they're stars, on the belt. That's going to be a bit challenging, but I'm going to try my best. And if I really just cannot do it, then I will cave and buy the models online from the site that I use. So I really do not want to. I can get it on this area because that's not the belt, that's the skullet circle. There we go. Sometimes I just have to make myself slow down because I get a little too fast-paced for certain things, and I just need to slow it down, take my time, don't stress too much on making it perfect, and then usually it comes out a lot better than when I'm like rushing. I actually, for the dress I showed my Frankie in earlier, that took me, for making the pattern, sewing it, everything, that took me 2 days. You know, with I was taking breaks and everything, and it ended up turning out so good, and I ended up redoing the sleeves and the tie. I did several times, redid several times until I got it how I like it, for the most part. And that ended up turning out really, really good. But I tried last night to make a very simple pleated skirt for a custom I'm doing. And everything was going wrong. I was like super, super like antsy trying to do it, trying to get it done quick, because it was so simple. I thought I could do it really quickly. And you know what? It ended up being so difficult, and it ended up turning out so ugly that I just realized, that was the moment I realized that you kind of just have to slow down for certain things, and rushing is not going to get you any better results. So that was a learning lesson. So I'm really trying to like keep that in mind when I do these things, to just slow it down. I don't know if anybody realized it, but at the beginning of the live stream, I was really jumping all over the place. But now I'm trying to really like jumping from one thing to the other, trying to be fast, fast. But then I realized the faster I go, the more mistakes I'm gonna make. So I'm just slow it down and stick with this bag until I finish it, and then I'll move on to the hand, etc. I'm trying to slow my speech down because I get a little bit worked up if I talk too fast. Okay. I probably don't need the reference anymore for the time being. Well, I could probably do, because I didn't think to paint the inside of here that black color, so I'll just keep it up for right now. Really need to get in here. Need more paint. More paint. I haven't, I showed in another video, I'm trying to make a bear doll. I've decided that I am going to work on the bear doll after I have the full, doll sculpt of my, ping doll done. Because, she will be an edited version of the ping sculpt that I have going on at the moment, and I'd rather just like get that done and then do the edits that I need to do, instead of editing it piece by piece while they're still like kind of unfinished and unprinted, etc. So I'm just gonna wait on that. And I still am kind of stumped on what to do for the makeup for the bear doll, because I want it to be I want it to be glam, but I don't know. I also want it to be like sweet looking, so that's like a little bit of a hard line to kind of balance and make sure you have like balance on either end. Because if you do too much glam, then it'll end up looking super duper like, which isn't a bad thing, but I think for this character that I'm making, I think I want her to be a little bit more of a demure type of girl that does glam. I don't know how to describe that style of makeup, but doll style of a natural. Definitely do want her to have makeup and a bunch of like cool little details in her screening and her face up that I'm doing and whatnot. So sorry, I'm trying to position my arm in a way. There's a little support right there that I forgot to remove, so let me get my dental tool and just kind of pop that right off. The supports come off super easily on resin. By the way, they just kind of like snap right off if you put the right supports. Make sure they're not like, they're like on the lighter side, middle to light supports versus like heavy. Here we go. Just keep going back into my paint to freshen it up. I cured these in my I just got my wash and cure station and I really love it. It sped up the process, the curing and everything up so much, and I didn't have to like sit there and like wash my own parts, and like I could focus on other things while that was doing its thing. It's I love it. I love it so far. I'm glad I spent the money on that. It only costed around like 60 something dollars. Which is not bad considering they can go for about as much as the printers cost, so I think it was on sale is how I got it for so cheap. I think the sale might be over by now. There we go. Turn that around. This area, this needs to be black too, so I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this. It has the little other ones on the back, so there we go. I do want to try casting one of my dolls that I end up making in some silicone, making some silicone molds of her or him, whatever doll I decide to do. I think it's gonna be Ping though, so I can, because I do want to make my Ping doll. I want her to have rooted hair, so I think I'm gonna do like casts of her. So then I can make some polyurethane, resin versions of her. Because polyurethane, I believe, is more skin safe than this type of resin. And yeah, I don't know. And I think that they do sell like more flexible polyurethane, so I'm gonna try and like make my own, see if I can mix my own like vinyl substitute and root that. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm gonna attempt it. Plus I have the safety equipment and everything already, so why not get into mold making? I've wanted to get into silicone mold making for a while. And I attempted that with some caulking, like some caulk and that type of thing, like the little like silicone molds on a budget. But yeah, it's, yeah, I don't know. I think it would work really well now that I have my printer. It would like kind of work really well together, since I could like make, since I do plan on making my own dolls down the road, like my own original dolls. I would like to try and sell some of them if I can. Having molds of them, so I wouldn't have to like waste my printing resin over and over and over again. I could get like a big, I could buy it in bulk, the polyurethane resin, and then oopsies, don't want to get that. Over on there. So I can just buy the polyurethane resin in bulk and then cast some multiple different dolls. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing down the line. Probably will use Ping as like a test dummy, since she is like the basically like almost, she's beginning to become a full-fledged doll. I have been working on her body, and it has come quite a long ways, so she is getting ready to have like a full test print done of her body, and that's exciting. I do have to fix one thing. I think I need to fix the tail, because I did not position it properly, and I need to redo the tail hole so it can be lower. I may test print it with it higher up, but I would prefer it to be lower, but we'll see, we'll see. We shall see. There we go. Put that in there, okay. Here. That. Get in there. I think you could see my hair there for a minute. Here's a little on the messy side right now, so hopefully not too much was shown. Ooh, there is a clump of dried paint. That's not, you don't want that. I need some more paint. I'm going to clean my brush a little bit. Well, I could probably pour a little more out. There we go. That's good. I need to get some more black paint. Yeah, that needs to be black, and then that'll be, I don't know where to put the other details, so I need to get some more paint colors. I'm running out of certain colors, especially black and white. And I've been meaning to get a new blue color or two for a while, because I want like a navy blue color, more rich blue. I have more like a cyan type blue. There we go. Okay. A little bit more here. that's the strap, so that doesn't need to be black. So. There we go. A bit more there. And then I need to paint this black. Just gonna paint it all black. Oop. My hands are getting a little shaky here. Need to be careful around this edge. I want to get into the eye sockets of this colette and the nose socket. Okay, let's see. Paint that here. Paint that. And then paint there we go. Give that a couple more coats. Let that dry a bit. Get some of these areas I missed in here. I want to get the Bratz Fashion Pixies dolls, particularly Lena, since that is her first doll ever. She's a new character for that line, and I really want to get her before they become like before they're not in production anymore. I don't know if they're going out of production. I could have sworn that they didn't release that long ago, so I don't know why she's like sold out right now. I'm hoping that they'll do like a restock of her again. I may, because when I sell this doll, I may end up purchasing her. And the Fashion Pixies Jade, those are the two I want from that line, really super duper bad. But I just have not been purchasing a lot of Bratz dolls recently. I have gotten some a while ago, but I've just been really into the Monster High, Dream Besties, Mattel branded dolls. I really do want to get back into Rainbow High eventually. There is one Bella doll. She's from the reboot or rebrand, whatever. The current rebranded Rainbow High without, as much articulation. I forget what line she's from, but I really want her. She is gorgeous. I think they still have her in my local Walmart, so I may pick her up sometime soon before she is gone. Her, and then I want that. I think they released this new line. I forget. It's like a leg glittery gimmick, and I really want the like futuristic looking girl. She has like, I think, bangs and like a lip. She has like light blonde hair, light skin, darker lip, gorgeous doll. I don't know. I heard rumors that they might not be real. They might be like a international dolls, like dolls outside of the US. I heard that they were like in Canada already, but I don't know. That could just be like rumors spread. People spread rumors a lot, or they just like give straight up misinformation, like the international budget Monster High G3 dolls. Those were non-US dolls for quite some time. Only just recently have they been like released within the US and whatnot. but people were calling those the Latin American exclusive dolls. Those dolls were not exclusive to Latin America. They were basically, I'm pretty sure they were everywhere outside of like the non, like the Americas, not, you know, they were in everywhere but the Americas. Like Latin America, they were in Europe. I know because I purchased them from Europe and have, you know, seen multiple people like in various different European countries say, hey, we have them. UK, which is in Europe, England and such, people had them by the tons. And yeah, they were basically everywhere, but I think they might have even, I don't know if they were in Canada though. That's the thing. I haven't really seen many people bring that up. I feel like they might have even been in Canada. I think that they were everywhere but the USA for quite some time. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but a lot of people just straight up said that they were Latin American exclusives, and they weren't. They were not exclusive to Latin America. They were not. I think I have enough coats of paint on this. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'll work on doing a bit more on the rest here. A bit of paint on the back. There we go. And then some paint here. There. Alrighty. Alrighty, I think the black on the bag is done. That's pretty much done. I don't see too awful many more places where it would need the black, other than right in here. Okay. There's the black of the bag, so I'm just gonna leave that for right now. Hopefully that, I'm just gonna leave that right there. Alrighty. Then I will work on the silver metallic-y portions. Let me reposition myself really quickly. Goodness. Alright, let's see if that has dried enough. Oh, she's gonna look super cute with her little bag. I'm glad I 3D printed it so I didn't have to give up my my spare I had, because that is from my childhood, so I would prefer I would prefer to keep that, but if I had to, I would have painted it and included it with her. I need my silver paint now. If I can figure out where I put it. I think I put it in here. No, it's right here. Excuse me, got caught on something. So I'll be using this Treasure Gold Folk Art, Brilliant Metallic. I guess that's what it's called. It's just a metallic paint. I was looking for like a chrome, like a mirror chrome type paint for so long, and I just could not find one like in my area, like local to me, that I knew was safe for plastics. So I just got some acrylic. Metallic, it's close enough. It doesn't need to be exact. So this needs to be metallic. I'm just gonna dip right in there, not gonna water it down or anything. Let me move this right under here. Okay, so just gonna dip in there. I'm going to paint directly on there. There's a bit of a bump there. Has a bit of a sheen to it. Get a bit more paint, like so. Like there. There we go. Some more paint. Right there. Yeah. That's one thing I love about having the raised designs on, like, mold, you know, on here, on the prints and whatnot. It makes it super easy to, like, paint, where you don't have to, like, go in there and try and, like, meticulously draw that in there. You can just go over top of the sculpt and the design's there. So I think I added a little bit on the black edge right there. That's fine. I'll fix that. I will fix that. So here, right there. There we go. You need a super steady hand for this. Whew. I do not have one of those. Ooh. Paper towels in the way. And my head's not in the way. Oh, it is in the way a teeny bit. Let me just tilt this downward a bit more. Don't want my head to be super duper in the way. Hopefully that's decent enough. There we go. I'm gonna add that under there for some cushion so it's not scraping directly on top of something so hard. A wee bit right in there, but I don't think it will hurt it. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. Another coat or something. What have I been live for? A little over an hour, okay. Alright, I'll switch up where I'm working now. Go. I've been really into, I think I said this in another live stream, I forget if it was the one that I didn't end up unprivating. I've been listening to a lot of Bratz music recently. Particularly the Dolls Doll one and the Think About It. The newer ones that they've been releasing. I think they're going to even release a new song for the Pop Stars line that they're coming out with. And I'm excited for that. I think it might be Chloe that's going to be singing it. I hope so. I really like Chloe. Chloe is probably my favorite character from Bratz. I really like her bubbly personality. And I just love blondes, so I love blondes. That's probably why I like Frankie so much. She's like the blondest you can be, right? Pure white. Has the really light hair with the dark streaks. I really like that vibe, so. This little... I think I might pick that off later. There's a little, like, bead of a support. I think remnants of a support there, and it's a little annoying, so. There we go. Okay. I don't really like painting the accessories of a doll. I'm going to be completely honest. I love painting the faces, like the doll itself, but I don't like doing like the accessories. It's very tedious for me. I found that out before I even painted any doll accessories with my printer. I painted a little tractor for my brother-in-law. I painted him I 3D printed him a little tractor and painted it, and it just nearly like took the life out of me trying to do. Because you have to keep going back over the little parts so much because you keep like painting over them, certain areas you don't want to, and you have to like get super close into it to make sure you're getting everything, and it's just so tedious. There's no other words for it, just tedious. Okay. It's looking cute so far, okay. And then I'm gonna paint the little studs on the straps. Hopefully that shows up good. Oh, okay. That. A bit more calm now. When I started the stream, I was a little bit every which way, but I think making myself slow down a bit really was a benefit for me. Okay, there's the little studs painted. I paint the ones on the back. I will worry about the black, the silver metallic on the black portions, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much on the gray because this was a custom mixed gray, so it's a little bit annoying to try and match that completely. I want to try and do more videos live streams, particularly of me like painting some of my prints. Hopefully it would give me a little bit of an excuse to make more video, like, you know, live stream more, make more content type stuff. Even upload maybe some shorts of showing off my finished print paints that I did. Nice. I need to paint the zipper area in there as well, so that's gonna be painted the silver metallic color. I'm just gonna go over that and line it like so. There we go. I don't know if I can get in there as good as I want. I'm scared to try and okay. I think I get that, so I can do it. Alrighty. I do it over here. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oopsies. I just touched something. I think it may have been a little bit tacky. I don't think I see anything smudging, so. Okay, then I do over here. There we go. Like that. And then I need to paint this edge right here. Like that. Every side is painted. There. I'll go over the black again, it's fine. Sure. Looks good, okay. Ooh. Okay. Then for the bow on the skelet, I'm gonna, it's supposed to be this color, so I don't know. I don't think it has to be exactly like that, but I'm just gonna mix up a teensy tiny little bit of a similar color and then go over it and go over the black, and then after that it should be done. Okay, I do still have some white left in here from earlier. Okay, so we're gonna take some, there's a hair on my brush. That's dry. Okay, so I don't have any white left. White. Okay. Grab some from the side. A bit of black. Okay. bit more, like a darker, slightly darker there. A little bit of water. Thin it out a bit. I also purchased I probably should make a community post about it, since it is a doll I've been wanting for quite some time. I recently purchased a Sweet Screams Dracula doll off eBay, and I'm very excited to get her. She is in rough shape and is missing pretty much everything plus a hand. That's a theme of my dolls. If you can't tell, I try and get them for under, a certain price range, so I'm willing to put up with a lot of these missing pieces that they have, but I'm really excited to own her finally. She's been on my wish list for some time. Her and the Sweet Screams Frankie. I really want the whole Sweet Screams line, but it'll happen someday, especially for Abby, since she seems to be the lowest of the Sweet Screams, and I do have her dress, so that's one upside. And now I'm gonna go over the black a bit, and then we'll be done with this bag. I think after I finish painting this bag, I'll probably log off, since, I don't know, I'm getting a bit tired. A wee bit tired, and I don't know. It's getting late, and probably should start to wind down, watch some YouTube, unwind for the night, get ready for bed. That there. Yeah, it's quite fun painting on here. I'll probably end up doing it again at some point soon, since I do have my my PPE for my machine, 3D printer, and I have my curing station, so I can get my prints done a lot faster now, and everything. So I'll probably be printing a lot of stuff. I have like 2 kg worth of resin, plus some that I already had in my vat. So I have a lot of resin, a lot of time, a lot of things that I need printed, and yeah, I think I'll make some live streams and videos doing that, painting them or whatnot. I think that's going to be my goal for 2026 is be more active on my YouTube, because I neglected it for about a year, so nearly a year, and I do like doing YouTube, but sometimes life gets in the way. I don't know if I don't have it near me. Okay, well, I will seal this off when I'm off, but I think I'll pose it with my pose my doll with her bag. Let's see how it looks. I don't want to get any paint on her, so I'm trying to be careful. Yeah, that's the back on the doll. I think it looks cute. I think it turned out nice. This is looking a little bit more cool in comparison to this. This is like a warm gray, so I might end up going back over that and like adding a bit of yellow or something to warm it up a bit, to make it a bit more of a warm gray. But yeah, that's basically how it turned out. Anyways, I'm gonna log off of here, and you know, unwind, like I said, and everything, and maybe tweak some of the colors on this. But anyways, thanks for joining, everybody. I hope that everybody has a good night and whatnot. I hope that you're having a good new year, etc. And yeah, I'll catch everyone on the flip side. Bye bye, everyone. See you in the next live streaming video.